20 to 1 in the morning. Some drive that was after work, some drive that was. I am knackered. Go, legs lifted, and there's a fish on that. Morning, sir. Let's go fishing. Here we go, guys, here we go. Oh, I'm excited for this. Let's hope them fish are feeding. And at the moment, it feels like I'm the only one here. Early bird gets the worm, early bird gets the spot, hopefully. I think I'm in screen here. I hope I'm in screen here. Welcome back. Welcome back to the channel. And that's right, guys. Welcome back to Friars Point down here in South Wales. Drove through the night last night, finished work, got home, packed the car up, had my tea, homemade biscotti bolognese must I add, by the wife. Lovely, absolutely bob on. Then 5-hour drive, and it's a weird 5-hour drive this, guys, from Anglesey, because it's a long 5 hours. Now I know you're thinking, how can 5 hours be long? 5 hours is 5 hours. It's a long 5 hours, especially with the crazy 20-mile-an-hour Welsh regulations. Anyway, enough of that bollocks. We're here, we're in South Wales, we're fishing. There's been quite a few reports of blonde rays, and I'm hoping I can catch one. First bait's out. I'm going to set up, I'm not going to set up a second rod, sorry. I'm going to fish with one rod this morning, because you may not be able to tell, but there's a really strong wind. It's off my back. I managed to tuck away in a bit of one of the slopes going down here at the point of Friars Point. I've actually fished this mark before. I fished it last October, but at night time, not in the daytime. It's early hours in the morning, by the way. It's early hours in the morning. It's most probably coming up to about 8 AM now. But I had a bit of a balls up this morning. Drove down last night, like I say, got here about 20 to 1 in the morning. Got some kip in a spot that I found last year, where I didn't get any bother, so I won't say where exactly that was, but I got some kip in the car. Happy days. Set the alarm for 5 AM, low water was at 3 AM, set the alarm for 5 AM, and up I was. Thought, great, let's get to the mark. No parking. Well, there's loads of parking, but you have to evacuate, so you can park at the back of the lifeboat station up towards Friars Point, but you have to evacuate there by, I think it's about 9:30, 10 o'clock. Which is no good to me, because high water today is at 10:15, and I want to fish the flood, the last of the flood, and I want to fish a couple of hours of the ebb. So the car park that I had planned to park in was actually closed. Morning. So with that in mind, I didn't know what to do with myself. Spotted the lights were on in Greg's, and that opened at 6:30 AM, so I sat outside there till that opened, got a coffee, and drove back around to the car park just a little bit after 7 AM, and it was open. So a note to you guys, the car park does not open before 7 AM. That may change, I don't know, but it was open for me at 7 AM. Some coins in the machine, £6 took me to 2 PM, which is more than I need. So yeah, here we are. We're on Friars Point. It's the first mark, it's the first cast in South Wales here in 2024. I fished it last year in October, where on the 21st of September. I've come down a bit earlier this year because I've got other plans, and I'd like to just tick that blonde off. Anyway, there's the intro done. I've had a good old moider, just a quick talk through what rig I'm using. I'm using a 6 foot pulley rig, 6 foot body, 4.5 foot hook length, £100 Rovex X10 or 10X is it? £100 body, £100 hook length. I've got a theas circle hook, 6.0 on the bottom with a dongle, and the first one is a triple sand deal with a squid wrap around the back of it, just to keep it all nice and tight. Hopefully we'll pick up a fish on the first cast, but then that could be the first cast curse. I've gone on enough. This is the intro. Welcome aboard. Join me here in South Wales, hopefully on a few marks, and hopefully bring you back with some fish, guys. A fish. One fish makes the journey worthwhile. A baby taupe. What a way to start the morning. A baby taupe. Never expected that one. Wasn't expecting that. Use the pliers to get it off. I haven't put my mics on, guys, because I just want to get it back as quick as I can. Feisty little bugger. Look at that feisty little bugger. I'm not too stressed about getting baits back out. It's just a bit of fishing, isn't it? Oh, yeah. Got to enjoy it. I think I'm in screen there. Whoa. Target achieved. Nice male blonde. Gentleman just to my side here kindly went down and landed it, so made life a little bit easier. Happy days. Let's get him back, see if his big brother or something's out there, eh? Fucking knackers on that. So two natural anglers walking past on this early morning with their cups of coffee, just having a walk, seen that I was hooked into a fish, and fair play to the one. Sorry I didn't get your name, guys, if you're watching. Went straight down and landed it for me, and then offered and volunteered to film me putting it back, so thank you very much for that.
Just shake it straight down, innit? Happy days, thank you very much for that.
Well then, how about that, eh? How about that? 2 casts, 2 fish, taupe and a nice male blonde. Within all the excitement though, I forgot to weigh the blonde. I'm not too bothered. It was a good double, I'd say. 11-12 pound maybe. Lovely fish. But I will weigh one just to see if I do get another one. Anyway, that was taken on not on the dongle, that one. The taupe pup was on the dongle, but that one there was on a bluey and squid wrap. BMX, theas BMX 8.0 on the bottom, and I can't quite remember, I think it's a Sakuma on the top. Again, that's a 6.0, so a bit smaller at the top than the bottom. £100 hook length, about 3.5 foot, something like that. 3.5 foot to a 6 foot, about a 6'5" body, running down to an 8.0, running down to an 8-ounce lead, just on a pulley system, just like that. That's my second. I've already got one out. I've got one out at the moment with the dongle, again with a sand deal and squid wrap, and yeah, quite happy with that. 2 casts, 2 fish. I could basically go home now, happy. And I've been fishing for about an hour and a half. So yeah, I'm not going to grumble with that at all. Not going to grumble with that at all. So the rod I'm using today is my Evolution Sport CT. And the reason I've chose to use that on this mark, just because you're quite so high up and it's a powerful rod, plenty of backbone in it. And with me fishing alone, even though a gentleman turned up as I had that fish there, and fair play to him straight away, an angler, but not fishing, went down and landed it for me. But because I'm fishing alone, I want a rod with a bit of backbone in it, so if I have to lift them up a little bit or whatever, and I can bully them a little bit. so that's why I've chose to use the Sport over my Match. But yeah, rain is starting to come a little bit now, so I'm going to get my wet gear out the box ready, guys, and hopefully we'll see plenty of fish on this trip. But like I say, I could honestly go home happy now. I'd have gone home happy anyway. I always say when you're doing a trip like this, a non-stress and no troubles trip is better than a fishing trip where something goes wrong. Obviously a lot could go wrong yet. I've got a long time before I go home because I'm on the road for 4 days, and yeah, see what happens. Like I say, guys, it's blowing an absolute gale over my head here and I'm chucked right into a cove out of the wind. Excuse me, out of the wind a bit. It's actually quite rough out there, so it's absolutely bob on, and yeah, quite excited, guys, enjoying it. Where's my hat gone? My head's cold. Oh. Some things in life I'm just not built for, and that there is one of them. Look at this guy. Look at him go, boy. Just had an absolute massive slackliner. Massive slackliner. Rocks are slippy now as well because it's wet. Yeah, fish on. Fish on, guys. Ah. Oh, there we are. Just getting the grips out. We're into a fish anyway. Happy days. Feels like another good thumping fish. Massive slackliner. Oh, this feels like an eel, this. I was just messaging, a couple of the lads were messaging me, local lads to the area, asking how I was getting on and if I needed anything to drop them a message. Fair play. I can't believe the hospitality of the lads down here. Fair play to them all. They've all kept in contact since they know I've left home last night. I didn't really tell anybody I was coming down because I've had a few car issues, as some of you may know. I've had a few car issues, and I wasn't sure if I'd make it. But so far so good. I had a headlight go out, stopped to sort that out. Guys, I just lost an absolute monster of an eel down the side there. Easy £20. Biggest eel I've had on for a very long time. I knew it was an eel. The camera went off. The rain went on the camera and the camera went off. And it was staying deep. I got it up at the side. It was just spinning. Big eel, big chunky big eel. Easy £20 fish. And I just tried to manoeuvre it to bring it up the swell so I could get some angle on it, and off it come on the dongle rig, which isn't really designed for eel fishing in my opinion. It's an absolute fantastic rig for fish that hit the bait and run, and it's an absolutely fantastic rig for rays because they don't deep hook. But for huss and eels, I don't seem to do very well with it at all. So what I've done is I've quickly just put my other baited rig straight out, and I've just had one quick pull down on it really, but I've got 3 prawns on it. I thought I'd see if there was a hound about, try and mix the fishing a little bit, you know, the species. But it might be a doggy. Might be a doggy. That lead is proper sunk in at the minute. Jesus, I can't seem to lift that lead. There we go, lead's lifted, and there's a fish on that. On the prawn. I thought I'd see if there was a hound about. This ain't any hound. I'd say it's a ray of a sort. 3 big prawns that I caught the other night in my prawn pot. Put in the freezer, ready for the trip. We're into fish. There's another angler just turning up beside me here now. Plenty of room. because to my surprise I'm the only one on here. Well, I was the only one on here this morning on my arrival. The screen might go off again, guys. I'll try my best. Well, I can't do nothing about it. I'm saying I'll try my best. I can't do sod all about it. It's raining. The weather's really odd. It's like raining really heavy, but it's bright sunshine out to the middle of the channel there, and raining really heavy behind me. Crazy, crazy weather. Tell you what, I'm loving this rod and this heavy tide off these cliff tops. Absolutely loving it. Right, I'm going to go down this ledge here, I think, to try and land this one in a minute. We'll get it to break the surface first, because they seem to be going like underneath me a bit. Hope I'm in screen, guys. Oh, no, that's staying deep. Right, I'm going to have to go down. I'm going to go out of screen, definitely going to go out of screen now. Fucking hell, that's staying deep. Yeah, nice blonde, I'd say. Very nice fish on the prawn. Let's just hope I can get it up. It's be here now, like an ice ring, in fact. Not easy landing fish alone here. Lovely fish. That was hard work, that. Aye, that was hard work. But a belting fish for my rewards. I know I'm not in screen, guys, but hopefully you'll hear me and shortly see me. There we are, on the dongle with a triple prawn. Another nice blonde. Another nice blonde. That was hard work. Nicely to earn hook with the old dongle rig. I'm going to put this one on the scales as well. Whoa, no, I had my fucking finger then. Excuse the language, guys. It's the adrenaline. Lovely fish though. Hell of a smart pattern to it. Really, really nice fish on the prawns. Look at that. That fish goes in at £10 and 2 ounces, guys. Cracking fish, £10 2, second one of the day. Third fish, second one, and a big eel lost. Yeah, man. Living the dream, chasing them dreams. Didn't get a chance then to put the recorder on. It just screamed off. Just like off it went. I was like, fuck. Ooh, I was like, wow, what's that? Yeah, it just went. A one toner, as they would say in the carp world. Whoa, everybody's having shivers now, he's talking about carp. But it literally just screamed off, resulting in, come here. It's got more blood on it than it looks. It was only caught in the snout. Lively bugger, aren't you? Come here. If I can ever pick it up, guys, there we go. If I can ever pick it up to show you. Strap eel. But it's a strap eel, and I'm happy with that. It might be £10, I don't know. Nice fish, like, all the same, happy days. I'm going to flick the camera around so I can get a picture. Okay, now. Happy days, let's get it back. Let's get it back. We're on the ebb, we're on the ebb. And she is ripping out. Ripping out is what she is. I had a few small taps on this and it's moved around a bit since it was settled in the tide. So I'm going to check it. It's definitely fishing quieter on the ebb. Couldn't go wrong in the flood. It's almost like a fisher cast. The ebb just seems to be a lot quieter. Yeah, let's put a weight on it there again. Let's see if we can get it up. Come on, get moving. Seen a few pull downs on it. Nothing major. There we are, we're moving. We're moving. We're moving and we're into fish. Now, I do suggest, guys, if you've never fished here before and you're not the most comfortable angler on rocks, seek a guide. There's a very fantastic guide in the area. Many of us follow him on Facebook, YouTube, and he's a great guy to speak to. Not yet met him in person, but I have spoke to Gareth Griffiths at GG Guiding on many occasions through Messenger. So if you're uncomfortable about fishing new marks, especially here on the Bristol channel, contact Gareth, I would say. I would also say, guys, that studded boots or wellies on this particular mark is a must. You've got to go down these long slopes to the water. It's broken surface, that. It's a ray, it's a blonde. Long slopes to the water's edge. And with this bit of rain like we've had now today, it's very slippy. Very slippy. I have fished slippier places, but at the end of the day, you've got to take your time, got to be careful. Don't know if I'm still in shot, but I will be going out of shot now because I'll have to go down to land this bigger. Hopefully it won't come off. Full dead arm. It's only small in this. Smallest one of the day so far. We're going to lift him straight out. Up, out. Is it a spotted? I would really like a spotted. Sail away with me, honey. Sail away with me. Sail away with me, honey. Yeah. Gotta love the dongle for unhooking. Lovely fish, that. Lovely, lovely fish. No, I think it's a small blonde, to be honest. I'm not 100% on this one. It's got a few spikes, or is it a thorny without many spikes? I'm going to have to send a message and ask a few lads on this one. A little bit unsure. It's female fish. Nice fish, all the same. Smallest one of the day. Something similar to what we get back home in size. But yeah, I'm happy with that all the same. So here we are now, we're going into this evening, different mark. So Friars this morning, very active session on the flood, plenty of fish, well I say plenty of fish, 3 blondes, 1 conger landed, 1 conger lost, and a small tope pup. So moved marks for tonight, a mark that I fished again last year, but not exactly where I am tonight. I fished in front of the watch house, we're on Nell's Point. I say I'm on Nell's Point tonight because I'm joined tonight by Kaden from Kaden's Fishing Adventures. I've got that right, haven't I, mate? Yeah. Kaden's Fishing Adventures, local boy. So do check out his channel. He dropped me a message on Facebook as soon as he realised that I was down here this morning and said, if you're out tonight, if you're down here, I'll jump out with you. So we're both out here, same sort of targets. This mark does acquire a little bit of a chuck to get over the rough ground to the clean ground. We're about 2 hours into the flood now. Water's just starting to cover the rocks in front of me. Throughout the evening, hopefully we'll get a few fish. I'll bring Kaden into screen a little bit later on to introduce himself, and hopefully guys we'll get a few more fish. So here we go into the night session. I've got you facing the wrong way to the rods because the sun's behind you. It's a glorious evening. We've had some cracks of the thunder earlier on out in the channel. That seems to have passed over now with the wind. The wind's meant to drop right off tonight. It's a gorgeous evening, different mark. Let's see what we can pull off it, eh? Let's see what we can pull off it. So we'll bring you back in a bit. Same rigs, same everything that I was showing you this morning. Just a different mark over on Nell's Point. So yeah, like I say, I'll bring you back later on, hopefully with some fish, and introduce Kaden to the channel, with his channel before it gets too dark, hopefully, with some fish. So we'll see you in a bit, guys. RLNI going out there, or been out. I think they go into the beach, to be honest. There's been some sort of an event on all day. Beach has been packed and kids have been racing and playing, and yeah, it's been quite busy here. Fishing seems quite quiet at the moment though. Oh, they're going to stop there. They've dropped the man off right on my rig, they have.
Why have they dropped the man off for?
Do them dropping me bait off, can I? Thank them for what they do. Gotta thank them for what they do. Gotta practice somewhere. Anyways, enough of that, eh? Right then, what we need now is for me to get a bite and not a birdie. On that note, guys, what I'm going to do first, that's how sort of my night is going. Well, was going. So I'm back down to 1 rod, not 2 rods. So what I'm going to do, guys, introduce you to the man, the guy that lives down here and catching a lot of fish in the last couple of weeks. So here's Kaden.
Hello everyone.
So you tell us a quick bit about your channel, mate, so everybody knows.
So I started YouTube about 3.5–4 months ago. It's going really well, really enjoy it. It's going good, and to be fair, I fish a lot of the local marks in South Wales. Do travel west, do travel other places, Chesil, up the south coast, and yeah, I am still learning and still fishing different marks every day, so it's going really good, to be fair.
We're all learning, mate, we're all learning.
Definitely.
Yeah, and
definitely.
By fishing with each other and different people, it helps 100%. Bounce things, innit?
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
If you can learn something off somebody, then every day's a winner, isn't it?
Every time I go fishing with someone different, there's always something that you're like, oh, I like the way he does that. Do you know what I mean? It's good.
All I could do with you do now is getting a birdie or a crack off like I've had, and then we'll be all right.
It's all right, because first session together, first time we meet each other, first cast straight over him. Tom, I think I'm over you, mate. Oh, it's all right, put your rod on my stand.
But that's what it's about, isn't it? Enjoying it, having a bit of fishing, and hopefully we'll bring you back throughout the night with a fish.
Fingers crossed. I'm hopefully now the light started to fade off. Tide is flooding in. There's a bit of a tidal line out there. It is ripping quite a bit, so hopefully that'll bring the fish in. Normally on this mark should fish on the turn and on the ebb, so fingers crossed we can get her spotted or maybe even a doggy.
You can keep, on that note, guys, we'll see you in a bit. Brilliant, nice one. Just hope I remember to push record now. Nothing's rehearsed. Well, we've got a mess. I've sort of caught a fish here, guys. Now, I don't think that's one of my rigs either. It isn't one of my rigs, that.
It's not my rigs.
It's not on a dongle. So, it's not mine, and he goes over there.
Trace.
That's my trace. So I've just had the really strange bite. It's like rattling. I said, oh, I've picked up a load of weed here. And then I've lifted into it, said no, it was weed, nothing there. And then it got a bit of weight to it again. And I've caught a fish on somebody else's rig.
I don't know what kind of rig it is, mine.
Yeah, we don't know what sort of rig, but don't know if
It's a fish though.
What is it?
Blonde.
Blonde, small blonde. It sort of doesn't count, but it's the first fish of the night.
They're there.
Oh, there's one there on somebody else's rig, and I've got a flipping great mess to deal with. Brilliant stuff.
It's a win or lose situation, is it?
No.
Right, I'll leave you to sort that mess.
Oh, you are kind. What a mess. I literally just put that out as well. And literally finished recording there with you.
I don't even know what your trace is.
I don't feel right that oh, look at that for a mess.
Oh, that's a mess.
I don't feel... Pardon?
Yeah.
Blonde, yeah. Doesn't feel right to take a picture with that, does it really?
Yeah, take a picture. I would. Defo.
Alright, and I'll screen it, I'll just screenshot. There's no lies here, I sort of, I did catch it. But I've caught it on somebody else's lost trace. There's 4 of us fishing on the point here, and I don't think it's anybody's trace, so at least it's untethered, isn't it?
Yeah, it's no snag. Pulled it from a snag.
Yeah, it's pulled the fish out with a snag. And first blood, shall I say? He's ignoring me now.
And to be fair, that fish has obviously not been stuck on that trace. It'd have just come in and took it, because that fish wouldn't have survived, because like you see, there's no water.
Yeah, and there's no rip in it. It's, you know, it's...
The water goes and it comes, so it's a fresh fish that's come in. Defo.
So we'll call it half a catch.
Yeah.
Half a catch. But yeah, happy days. This can be the magic moment, eh?
You never know.
Never know. Well, that's the fish safely returned, guys. Now I need to sort this shit tip out. You in here, lad? Oh yeah, that's away. That's away. Brilliant stuff. Kaden's into a fish, so if you want to see that fish, if he lands it, get onto his channel, guys. Wow, that's a good one, he says. Well, there we are. It's the 4th species of today. First day down here in Barry, South Wales. 4th species. Not the biggest huss I've ever had by far, but a beautiful huss. It's been a bit of an eventful day. Quite slow this evening. But yeah, it's been an eventful day. Feeling quite tired now. It's coming up to about... What time is it now? About midnight?
Yeah, it's about 11.
Yeah, it's about 11:30 at night. I've had 3 hours sleep since leaving home on Friday. It's what, sorry? It's 11:45, guys. So I'm actually going to get some sleep now. Because I'm going to be back out a little bit before 6 AM in the morning. But for now, guys, I'm going to say thank you for tuning in. This is the end of day 1. I'll finish this video here. It's been a pleasure to have you on board. Met some great people today. Kaden's been brilliant. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. So until then, keep safe, keep fishing, keep chasing them dreams. Happy days.